My name is Keith Moore, and I am the Student Government President and proud member of the Class of 2021 of KIPP DC Somerset College Prep. Go Bulldogs! And I am honored to welcome you all to the KIPP DC Champion Celebration tonight. Now, before we get started, we want to thank our platinum sponsors, Verizon, NFP, MCN Build, our gold sponsor, Studio 27 Architecture, our silver sponsor, Ernst & Young, PMM Companies, and BBVA for their support in making tonight a special celebration for the past 2 decades of community and impact. Over the span of time, KIPP DC has grown from an idea of what is possible in education to proving what's possible by empowering students like myself and alumni to be successful in college, careers, and life. Tonight is a special night. It's about looking back on a journey that began with just 80 middle school students and still continues to this day with 7,000 students across the city from pre-K 3 through 12th grade. But tonight is just not about looking back over the past 20 years. It is also a moment for us to collectively look forward to our aspirations for our students, alumni, and community. So we thank you for joining tonight. We thank you for being a champion of KIPP DC, and we thank you for being a part of our journey.
At KIPP DC, our vision is that every child grows up free to create the future they want for themselves and their communities. Nowhere should this be more true than in our nation's capital. Over the past 20 years, KIPP DC has grown from a pioneering idea in education to a cornerstone of the community. What started as a promise to see 80 students off to college has grown into a school system unwavering in its focus on what is best for students. One school has become 18, 80 students has become 7,000. Together, we are grounded in a commitment to excellence, equity, and justice. As we enter our next chapter, KIPP DC will build upon 2 decades of proven results to develop into a more impactful, innovative, and inclusive school system that provides joyful, identity-affirming learning experiences so that all students and alumni achieve extraordinary outcomes. And with our families and our community, we'll prepare students with the skills and confidence to pursue the paths they choose, college, career, and beyond, so they can build a more just world.
"20 years ago, this visionary leader opened the first KIPP DC school in a church basement in Anacostia. Please welcome KIPP DC's founder and executive director, Susan Scheffler."
Good evening, and thank you for kicking off this amazing night for us, Keith. I started my teaching career as a 4th grade teacher in Baltimore City, and I learned so much from my students that year. I spent 8 more years in education before founding KIPP DC, and I learned a lot during that time from coworkers and mentors, but I continued to learn the most from students. In 2001, KIPP DC opened their doors for the first time to 80 children who are still teaching me today, teaching me how to run better schools, a better school system, how to become a better leader and a better person. It's hard to believe we are celebrating 20 years in the district and that today we are working with more than 7,000 students and families. As we hit this milestone, I'm often asked, what have you learned from doing this for 2 decades? But I may answer a slightly different question, and that is, who taught you along the way? And I have been so fortunate to be able to surround myself with true heroes and champions. But again, I must start with the students. Some lessons were harder than others, but children tend to give immediate feedback on almost everything, and they push us to make change in the moment. It is our amazing alumni who have taken their personal KIPP experiences and pushed us to make it better for our students and staff today, finding new ways to listen and hear from kids and parents to make us better and stronger and more united to take on the challenges and overcome the obstacles this world continues to put in front of them. Our students and alumni will continue to guide us into the next decade, and for that I am so grateful. I've also learned so much from outstanding teachers and leaders who give 100% to ensure that our students are prepared and have access to what they deserve. When something isn't working the way they planned, they work together to find a solution. And they're constantly reflecting on what we teach and how we teach, which continues to make us better and allows for us to adapt and change when the world throws us a curveball. The response of our staff when the pandemic hit was immediate, was thoughtful, was fluid, was inclusive, and effective. Our children had what they needed and felt loved and cared for. I have been extremely fortunate to have worked with leaders and champions from other industries who have donated time, financial support, by joining our board of directors, sponsoring a classroom, or volunteering countless hours to help KIPP DC grow into what it is today. And KIPP DC would not be what it is today without the support of those around us. The KIPP DC family is made up of thousands of people in DC and throughout this country that know our children deserve access to a quality education. And one of those champions is my dear friend, Terry Golden. About 15 years ago, Terry Golden joined our team as an advisor and supporter, and soon after as our board chair. For those of you who know Terry, he is truly a one-of-a-kind person. His heart is big, his commitment is deep, his passion for equity and education has been a lifelong commitment. Personally, he is a dear friend. Professionally, he has been a lifeline. Behind the scenes, he has been our fiercest advocate, an ally, a shoulder to cry on, and sometimes with, a true leader for all of us to follow. This fall, Terry stepped down as our board chair, but he continues to be a mentor to all of us. So I am thrilled to share that last night, our board of directors elected him Chairman Emeritus for his profound contribution to our city and our students. Terry, however, was not the only Golden that was part of the KIPP DC family. His beautiful wife, Kathleen, taught dance classes and brought joy to the hallways of our schools. She recently passed away, and in honor of her legacy and Terry's continued cheerleading for the kids in this city, I am pleased to share that we are launching the Golden Opportunity Fund, an innovation fund in their honor to support KIPP DC teachers to advance our mission and to ensure that every student, family, and teacher can thrive. Our hope is that this fund will help us develop new leaders in the same way that Terry has so humbly modeled for us before. So please join me in raising a glass to Terry. Thank you for your love, your support, your friendship, and your dedication to our students and alumni and the entire KIPP DC community. Cheers. Terry, on behalf of the entire KIPP DC community, we thank you.
Terry, I have 3 words that I can apply to you, and I think everybody will agree. Committed, caring, and indefatigable.
This message comes with so much love and admiration for you. You have blessed so many lives in DC.
Terry, you came to DC like I did to make an impact, and my friend, you surely have.
Terry was the perfect leader for the KIPP board. So all these years later, I admire you so much, and I admire the educational institution you have built.
Thanks to you, we have a true appreciation of this great organization and what it's doing to improve the educational situation for youth in the Washington, D.C. area.
When folks look back on the history of KIPP in DC, they will always think about it as an amazing triumvirate of Susan Scheffler, Allison Fansler, and Terry Golden. We simply would not be where we are today without you.
Your impact on KIPP has been nothing short of remarkable. At KIPP, we believe we are educating kids one by one by one, and what you've done is you've enabled that to scale across thousands.
When I think about where the KIPP DC community was when you joined the board with 4 schools and a powerful idea and deep belief in our children, and where the KIPP DC team and family is today, it's an incredible testament to your leadership and your belief in our children and our community.
We are deeply grateful for your long-standing service of excellence to our city.
Through your talent, through your tenacity, and through your treasure, You have worked tirelessly and with effect for upward mobility for so many of our children and our families through the KIPP community.
Congratulations on your 14 years on the board and 13 years as chair. And congratulations on becoming chairman emeritus. I'm so proud of what you and your team at KIPP DC have been able to accomplish over these last 20 years.
Congratulations for all that you and KIPP have done and will continue to do for the children of Washington, D.C.
None of this would have been possible without you. I hope today you're feeling appreciated, and most importantly, I hope you're feeling loved.
You helped this entire city meet its wonderful expected obligations to our young people in the work that you did at KIPP. And for that, you shall always be remembered because they will be a part of the future.
I've always been so very impressed with all that you have accomplished to help DC students. Terry, I'm very proud of you, my bro.
The families of the Washington, D.C. today are in a better place because all the work that you and KIPP have done over the last 2 decades.
It's hard to measure this as anything other than the magnificent work of a lifetime. I'm so privileged to call you my friend, Terry.
Thank you, Terry, for your vision and leadership in providing the students of the District of Columbia with access to high-quality education.
Thank you for sharing your passion for business, for family, for the Washington, D.C. community, and for KIPP.
Terry, thank you for your vision, dedication, tenacity, perseverance, and generosity.
You're a valued friend to all of us. You certainly are to me. We love you, Terry. Thank you for your work.
Thank you for all you've done.
Thank you, Terry.
So first of all, I'd like to thank Susan and Allison for their wonderful gift and remembrance for 15 years. I think there's a not so closely held secret in KIPP in that KIPP has gotten as far as it is as a result of just tremendous leadership, among other things. And Susan as a founder and Allison and the leadership team have done an extraordinary job in making KIPP what it is today. Kathleen and I, for our part, have been with the organization for 15 years. It's been a real pleasure and a treat for us to be a part of the team here. And I have to say, probably the most exciting day for me and for Kathleen has always been graduation day, and I never miss it. The excitement of seeing so many graduates, and now I've seen thousands of graduates coming out of KIPP. We're blessed to have that experience. We're blessed to be surrounded by extraordinary teachers, and I would say directly to all of you, for our KIPP supporters and our KIPP team and our KIPP family, we're so appreciative of what you've done for this organization, and we're so appreciative of the contributions you've made from the bottom of your hearts to make it all possible. So thank you very much for the lovely gift. I'll keep on working for KIPP. I'm proud of the new management team, the new board, I should say, and the efforts that they're making today, and we'll all be there and working for them for as long as we can. Thank you so much.
As we look to the future, KIPP DC is committed to developing into a more impactful, innovative, and inclusive school system. This past fall, KIPP DC's Board of Directors elected a longtime friend, advisor, and supporter to serve as our new chair as we look ahead to the future. Please join me in welcoming the new chair of KIPP DC's Board of Directors, Mr. Tony Lewis.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you so much, and I appreciate the warm introduction. To Susan for her inspiring reflections on where we've come over these past 20 years, and more importantly, a thank you to my good friend Terry for his leadership and service as our former board chair. My name is Tony Lewis, and I have the privilege of serving as the new chair of KIPP DC's board of directors. Now, Terry has left me with an awesome responsibility, but I am honored to pick up the torch and help move this organization forward. You know, it's humbling being a part of a community that's so committed to a vision of what's possible for our students. You know, we're grounded in a commitment of excellence, equality, and justice. And despite the challenges of this global pandemic, our school communities remain strong. Now, as we turn our attention from the past 20 years toward the promise of the next 20, we have the opportunity to reimagine education with the students of the District of Columbia. This bold step forward for KIPP DC is what it should be, and it will take our entire community to help us get there, but it's possible if we all commit to the following things. Number one, we need to enhance students' learning and experience to prepare all students to pursue the various pathways toward lives of full opportunity. Two, we must amplify the voices of our families and communities to advocate for all of our children. We must identify and confront institutional racism. We've got to create a more diverse, equitable, inclusive organization here. Four, we must invest in our people, our greatest asset. And we've got to find, retain, and develop exceptional talent. And last, we've got to cultivate new ideas. We need to innovate boldly. We need to tackle complex issues that affect our students. This will take love, support, partnership, and investment of our entire community. As Susan shared earlier tonight, KIPP DC's success can be attributed to the important role that our champions, you, have played in our history. We're in this together and for the long haul, but one of the most immediate ways that you can make a commitment to our KIPPsters' future is by helping us realize our vision in a new community high school in the heart of Ward 8. The need to open a second campus to accommodate the hundreds of students interested in attending a KIPP DC high school has become even more urgent. We have worked hand in hand with families, partners, and the city leaders to identify a new site for this high school. We were thrilled to be awarded an unused facility in the Washington Highlands neighborhood late last year by our mayor, Muriel Bowser. By the end of 2021, we plan to open a new community campus, a hub that promotes educational excellence, wellness, and lifelong learning, bringing new energy and opportunity to the neighborhood. We've already broken ground on this exciting new project, and we're working around the clock to make this dream a reality. Let's take a look at this exciting new campus.
Somerset College Prep is a really good school. We'll put together we're a sense of community. The students, the teachers, administrators, we all work together, we work hard, and it's just a really good school altogether. I just wish we had more space so students could be more engaged into the school.
We knew that our students needed more. They needed more space, they needed more opportunities to engage in extracurricular activities. Actually, our students don't even have access to the gym because it's not a varsity level or a full-length court. Our students also needed and don't have the technology and the tools that they need in a science lab. We are sharing one single floor in a 3-story building, and I think our students deserve to have a space of their own. A wholehearted education isn't just about academic and intellectual development, it's also about identity development, making sure our students have the social, emotional, and also cultural experiences where they grow and thrive into the people that we know that they can be.
What KIPP was starting out to do was to make sure that we work with the community in a way that had never been done before, to build a school campus that would enliven the community. The way that we partnered with the community was to actually go out into the community, go door to door, and talk to them about their vision of how you revitalize the community and what was really needed in the community.
The investment into Ward 8, it's a great idea. For too long, this area has went untouched, kind of forgotten. And it'll kind of liven that area back up, which will probably empower the community, you know, to kind of want to be more involved. This new school for my son in his senior year, this is his last hurrah. And I think the new school and being familiar with the staff, I think it'll kind of push him to want more, you know, and kind of contagious. And I think it'll grow amongst his friends and their friends and probably help get families more involved.
We'll have new equipment, a better experience in the classroom that can help benefit me as I venture on to going to college.
We're very excited about some of the partners that will be part of this project. The Washington Nationals Youth Baseball Academy, Training Grounds Job Training Program, and of course, DPR, Department of Parks and Recreation, for a brand new recreation center.
Creating this facility in Ward 8 means that KIPP DC is delivering on its promise of ensuring that every student has a great education in their own community. Right now we have 2,000 KIPP DC students that reside in Ward 8, and a lot of those students are traveling across town to get what they deserve. And I believe that if we are delivering on our promise, we are making sure that students can get a quality education within the heart of Southeast DC.
I'm really looking forward to moving into the new school.
We are so grateful to everyone who has been part of this process. We couldn't have made this a reality without your support and your partnership. Together, we will build a better tomorrow for all of our students.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Allison Fansler, and I have been KIPP DC's president for the last 15 years. In that time, I've been lucky to get to know and work with so many of you. I've been so grateful for our network of champions who are always just a quick phone call or email away. Grateful for your guidance, your support, and your partnership over the years. As you've just seen in the video, KIPP DC's second high school has been a truly monumental effort. It's the culmination of the hopes and dreams of our students, neighbors, community, and families. And like Tony mentioned earlier, it has taken our entire team and family and all of you to make this a reality. And while the work of bringing together our community to craft this vision was extraordinary, we now have another task ahead of us, to build this campus brick by brick. Thanks to a number of steadfast champions and longtime supporters, we have already broken ground on the flagship campus. On behalf of the entire KIPP DC community, I'd like to extend our most heartfelt gratitude to our sponsors for tonight's event and to our anchor investors, including the A. James and Alice B. Clark Foundation, Joel Smilo, the J. Willard and Alice S. Marriott Foundation, Catherine and David Bradley and City Bridge Education, Don Graham and Amanda Bennett, John and Vicki Duff, and the Philip L. Graham Fund. We couldn't have gotten this project off the ground without your generous investment. Thank you. But we still have so much more to do in order for this new campus to be ready to welcome students by the end of the year. Each book, each laptop, each classroom is absolutely critical to our students' success, so every dollar matters. Whether it's $50 or $500 or $5,000. And if everyone who has joined us tonight pitches in what they can, together we will make this new high school a reality. So I want to thank you tonight for your tremendous generosity. We've already seen many gifts coming in, and I know there are more to come. There are 3 ways to show your support tonight. Scroll down and make a contribution via the form below at kippdc.org/champions. Reach out to me directly if you're interested in making a significant investment or multi-year pledge. You can email me at allison.fansler@kippdc.org. And third and finally, it wouldn't be a KIPP DC celebration without our annual silent auction. We'd love for you to bid on some of the excellent packages we have to offer. And please bid high, because all proceeds go directly to building our new high school. Despite the world not having returned to normal yet, we hope you're still finding joy in life. Whether you need a quick getaway to get out of the house or are finding ways to safely make the most of being in quarantine, we've got lots of options. Scroll down and explore our auction items below and get those bids in by 2 p.m. tomorrow. And don't forget to check back to make sure you haven't been outbid. Let me say again how truly grateful we are in this community. You have stood with us over the past 2 decades, and we cannot wait to see what we can accomplish together for our students in the decades to come. I am inspired and I am hopeful seeing all of the innovative efforts that are coming out of this challenging time. And I'm more confident than ever that we have what it takes to build a brighter future for our students and alumni. Thank you.
The coronavirus pandemic has changed much of our day-to-day lives. But what has remained constant is how we come together as a community to support each other. We are committed to our aspirations, hopes, and dreams for our community. Our resolve is stronger than ever, that when we come together, we can achieve anything we set our minds to. Singing the hit song, Stand Up from the film Harriet, please join me in welcoming the KIPP DC College Prep Virtual Choir.
I've been walking with my face turned to the side, weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I got to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. As the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Do you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my early in the morning, before the sun begins to shine, we're gonna keep moving towards that separating line. I'm wading through muddy waters. You know I gotta make up mine. And I don't mind when I lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I'll fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Do you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. And I know what's around the bend might be hard, the faces I love, and I just might fail, but that is I tried. Sure stars fade on the sky. Stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Do you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer?
Wow, that was awesome. As president of KIPP DC Somerset College Prep Student Government Association, I am a proud Bulldog, and I am excited for the opportunities that our new high school site will have for future generations of students, socially and academically. My past few years at Somerset has been truly exceptional. This is a bittersweet moment because this is my last year, but I am glad that I was a part of this vision for the new home of SCP. This is a great opportunity for the Bulldog Nation. We've made so much progress over the years, but as I leave Somerset, please keep scoring high in the sky and achieving those goals. For the next SGA administration, the foundation has already been laid. Now it's time to make an impact on our Bulldog Nation. The work we do together going forward is critical to ensuring students like myself and those who will attend a KIPP DC school in the future are empowered to achieving their goals, which is why I'm calling on you, our champions, to do what you can to support the next generation of leaders. Our second high school campus will have a tremendous impact on my classmates and our families. Your commitment will help us make this vision a reality for the KIPP DC community. My name is Keith Moore, and on behalf of KIPP DC, thank you for joining us this evening. Our 2 decades of community and impact would not be possible without your support. You truly are our champions. Thank you and have a great evening.